Welcome back. Welcome back.
Yo, what's up, dude? Welcome. Midday pick me up. Nice. Yeah, dude, I was struggling this morning. There was no way I was gonna be on time, and then I had like some work stuff coming up. I was like, I gotta be available. What is up, everybody? Welcome in to the stream. Midday news instead of evening or morning, middle of the day. Smack dab. Hey, Denali it over on the YouTube. What's that little? Is that a shield? That's cool. I guess YouTube has badges now. That's nice. For like mods.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. Manish Kumar, welcome in. Trying to do like a one last check and see if I missed anything that happened since this morning. Doesn't seem like I did though. Naruto, welcome in. Black Dragon, okay, welcome. What am I playing? Oh, we're going to be talking about game news. This is my daily, well, week daily, Monday to Friday news show. We go through game news articles, talk about stuff going on around the industry, watch trailers, anything newsworthy in the gaming space we'll talk about. You know, we're coming up on summer announcement season, so there's a lot to wait on. But this week, today specifically, we got some good stuff coming up. I have to keep this list in the... Hey, thanks for the hydrate. But welcome in, everybody, wherever you're watching from. Did it not connect? Well, it says it's connected, so nice. I'm assuming that's working. I don't know. There we go. Whatever. All right. Welcome in. What's up, everybody? Let's get to it so I can we can talk and enjoy some game news. Well, happy Wednesday, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. If you're your first time here, welcome anyway. I hope you're all having a good week. Let's kick things off with the midweek check-in with chat. How are we doing? Scale of 1 to 10, 10 being your best week ever, 1 being, dear God, why did I even wake up on Monday? Let me know how your week's going. For me personally, I'm going to drop a 7, maybe a 6.5 in chat. Monday and Tuesday have been rough, and I've been trying to be on time all week, you guys, for streams and literally everything else, and it has been a real challenge. I don't know what's going on. I'm supposed to be doing a sleep study at some point, but it's a mail thing that I'm waiting on. It's supposed to be sent to my house. Still hasn't shown up. It's been a couple of weeks. They said it could be up to 3 weeks. I'm still waiting. So once I get that in, that will be nice. I have been hitting the gym though, so I did get to the gym this morning. Felt really great to get out and just get the workout in. But when I got home from the gym, I kind of crashed. I zoned out hard and just lost track of time. Like I was trying to get work stuff taken care of and then make sure I had nothing. And then it's been a week. But I think my kid's done with school officially as of today. My wife should be done with work for the summer. She's a teacher. So things should pick up for the next couple of months. It'll be fun. They'll be home for summer. We're supposed to be taking some vacation soon. And it'll be good. It'll be good. Vesna, welcome in. Denali, so far 7. It's not terrible. There's not much happening. Work project got delayed due to higher priorities. Yeah, I feel that. A lot of my work stuff, we just had a major release. And we're trying to shift to agile away from waterfall, and that's been a challenge for how we plan. And trying to get our project manager's head wrapped around agile planning versus waterfall planning has been very difficult. She wants to learn, she wants to shift. Dude, you would not believe. You know what I do, so I can mention it to you off stream, but we're just moving at the speed of my employer. So it's like a group wide mandate to migrate off of waterfall and move into agile, and I much prefer doing agile. I much prefer having 2 weeks to really focus in on like a couple of things that absolutely have to be done, instead of here's the next 8 weeks before we do a release or whatever. You have to get all this done and you have to keep track of it. I was like, no. Pare this down. So I would kind of try to break my work down into 2-week sprints. Similar employer in 2015 made that jump and they started before I arrived. I thought everyone had abandoned waterfall. Nah, dude, you'd be surprised. I'm constantly surprised with this project that I'm on, when I'm finding code that is like, this wouldn't pass like a college review, like for a homework assignment. And so I'm very much struggling with every urge to like do major rewrites of this app in the little downtime that I have, because I don't want to break any major functionality. But at some point I'm going to throw caution into the wind and just go eat all the bad code. And it's done, and we're coming back stronger and better than before. But yeah, so that's what's going on with me this week. I hope you're all doing good. Again, if you guys want to drop how you're doing this week in chat, let me know. It's always good to have somebody check on you. Whatever's going on in your life, it's good to talk about it, good or bad. Share with somebody. Main project right now is a containerizing app. The monthly deployments are so slow and risky. Can't imagine doing waterfall again. Dude, I don't want to go back. Do not want to go back. I don't know if this is going to be one we cover. All right, sorry. I was trying to get... All right, let's jump into some game news. We'll talk about a few articles and discuss whatever you guys might want to discuss. I don't know. Let's jump in straight away here. All right, so we have, let me, hold on here. This needs to drop down about right there. That's where I'll feel good having that volume. And then, yeah, we should be good. All right, so PlayStation has announced a State of Play, or their own version of their Direct, on June 2nd at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, 4 p.m. Central Time. So I will be live reacting to this Tuesday, June 2nd. That's in a little while, right? That's a few weeks. So that's right at summer announcement season. We've got the Xbox Showcase, and then a rumored Nintendo Direct, which we'll jump into some of those rumors in a minute. A rumored full Direct incoming at some point, which I imagine Nintendo would drop a Direct at some point soon. I don't know exactly when, but it seems like they would. But yeah, so we're getting a massive State of Play. 1 hour is going to be featuring an extended look at Wolverine, plus news and updates on upcoming PS5 games. I'd imagine we'll also see some news on hardware, possibly maybe some new controllers, new, I don't know, do they still announce the faceplates? I'd like to get some of the official faceplates just to swap out on my PS5 and just make it look a little different, you know. But they haven't announced hardware in a while. They'll usually just drop some controllers every so often, so they'd be kind of cool. But we might get some new hardware, I'd imagine. Maybe that revamped PlayStation Portal, the OLED version that we're supposed to get. I don't think that was announced. We haven't talked about it at all. Any sneaky GTA 6 info? I'd imagine a pre-order trailer would be pretty soon. All the hype that was built up over the last week kind of dissolved Monday and finished kind of disappearing yesterday. I think they'll drop a new GTA 6 trailer right around the Summer Games Fest stuff. Now, obviously, PlayStation has the marketing rights or marketing deal to promote the game, which makes sense. I mean, PlayStation has always had GTA. Like PlayStation's always been home to GTA. Xbox didn't really get it until much later, and that's fine. That's what, you know, I just think that's how it's always been. So Sony might drop a trailer here. That would it would be the perfect time to do it. And then pre-orders are live like right after the show or right now or whatever. And then they'll jump those pre-order numbers way up. Because that's going to happen. Digital pre-orders on the PS5 are going to go through the roof. It might crash the PlayStation Store. To be honest, my real prediction is not anything interesting. I think we're going to get a look at, you know, the good look at Wolverine that we've been wanting since they first revealed the gameplay in that one trailer, and then I'm kind of hoping for some like other first party news. Astrobot maybe getting a sequel, which it should. Maybe a new Horizon game, maybe that infamous remake we've been hearing about in the rumor mill. You know, I don't know. I liked Infamous. I remember playing through it because I had it on PS3, and that's a series I think deserves a revival. It was a fun open world game, and they like making those open world games, so why wouldn't they? You know, it's a superhero game that isn't a licensed superhero game, and I think it was really cool. But anyway. So yeah, that's the State of Play coming up. Again, I don't know, you know, exactly details. I haven't seen anything on what could be shown here, but I'm hoping for some really hype trailers, probably some spooky trailers. But you know, fingers crossed. I want to see some more Astrobot. That's really what I want to see out of the State of Play. So yeah, I think everybody saw this and got excited, and then forgot that just yesterday they increased the price on PS Plus. So, you know, and they're abandoning the PC market pretty much entirely. So it's like, oh, well, I guess we like you again, maybe. But anyway, okay, are we not switching? All right, well then we'll just do it this way. So, I wasn't sure if I was going to cover this or not, but Amazon reveals the Pokemon Winds and Waves price. Amazon looks to have revealed the release price for Pokemon Winds and Waves over a year ahead of the expected release, showcasing that players can expect to pay the higher price point for the Nintendo Switch 2 title. The 10th generation of Pokemon will be released in 2027 and was first revealed during Pokemon Day in February, which marked the 30th anniversary of the franchise, and fans have been eagerly awaiting more details. While there's nothing new coming out of the Pokemon Company or Nintendo themselves, Amazon pre-orders look to have revealed the price. A listing on Amazon Germany On the Amazon Germany storefront says Pokemon Winds and Waves will cost $79.99, which, based on Nintendo's latest pricing, suggests a price of $79.99 in the United States. That price point is higher than the most recent Pokemon release on Nintendo Switch 2, Pokemon Pocopia, which was also a platform exclusive, marking the first time a Pokemon title was Switch 2 exclusive, as Legends ZA was also available on the last generation. Okay, so Pocopia was released at $69.99, which means that if Amazon's pricing is accurate, and it's a big if, Winds and Waves will cost $10 more. That's not a big deal. I don't know. Maybe it is. However, Amazon has raised the prices of video games, including Pocopia, previously, so it may not be a direct indication of the true MSRP. I don't think it is. Additionally, it's a pre-order well in advance of the release. The precise details could be set to change. Yeah, so that's the thing. Like, they're just putting placeholder stuff in there. That's maybe what an estimate or like it's expected to cost. But I don't see it launching at. They could price it at $80 and it will sell. I just don't know if it's going to break any records at that price. With everything else being expensive and it coming out next holiday, yeah, it'll sell well. It might do some numbers on the Switch too. I just don't know if people are going to pick it up in droves. But it'd be interesting. It's too early to tell though. What's up, Sonny? Welcome to the stream. Let's see. Xbox. So Xbox changed achievements. Now PlayStation could be changing trophies. That's interesting, right? Like, I thought this would be one to cover. A new survey reveals that Sony users may be in for some tweaks to PlayStation trophies. The virtual collecting feature has been a staple of PlayStation gaming for years, and this could be a response to recent Xbox achievement updates. Many PlayStation users might have noticed an in-game message asking you about PlayStation trophies. If you interacted with this message, as I did, you've likely been sent a survey about PlayStation trophies, which could be a sign of things to come. Okay, so real quick, any PlayStation main, like, that's your main platform. How do you feel about trophies? Are they good? Do you like them? Do you like the way they currently work? I've always looked at trophies as achievements with a little more flair on them because of how they're grouped, and they're like, I like the different tiers of trophies, all the way up to platinum. I think getting the platinum trophy is really cool. I wish achievements for the longest time have done that. And it looks like they will be doing that in the future. I just don't know if everybody kind of feels that way about the PlayStation trophies. I think they're great though. Like, I've never had an issue with how they were structured. I don't know what else people are wanting out of it though. So PlayStation survey inquires about trophies experience. It says there, I was playing Saros and cleaning up the remaining trophies en route to another hard-earned platinum when a notification popped up asking me, how satisfied are you with trophies? I won't reveal my response, but the answer did result in me receiving an email about a PlayStation trophy survey. Interesting. It includes a lot of agree and disagree boxes and more open-ended boxes to key questions. How can we improve the trophies experience on PlayStation? Again, what is there to improve? I don't know. The survey is only one page, but it's clearly a signal of intent from Sony and PlayStation. If you've ever had complaints about the trophy system or the framework, excuse me, this might be the biggest chance you'll ever have to have your say about how it works and improvements that could be made. Want more rewards? Then say so. Want a bigger emphasis on how your PlayStation trophies are displayed? Make sure you get access to the survey and let it be known. Again, Xbox has just undergone one of its biggest Xbox achievement updates in years in May 2026. It targets long-time requests such as new notification symbols, hiding games from their profile, and aesthetic flourishes to make certain games stand out. I don't know what the biggest change would be. That would be wild for them to alter the way trophies are structured. I don't know, though. I just haven't thought about it that much. I think the current structure is pretty solid, and having the different tiers are good. If they did a reward system, what would it amount to? Because that's the same, like, a lot of people felt that the gamer score count for PlayStation trophies should have been some kind of reward system in and of itself. But again, it's like, okay, but an achievement is worth however many achievement points on Xbox. That's just it's just a cumulative total of your achievements. Like, I have my achievement score because I played games on Xbox and I've earned achievements. But it's just a number to display next to my name. I don't necessarily think that should correlate to any kind of rewards on Xbox, but maybe I'm in the minority there. Like, I don't know. The achievement is the reward in and of itself. I feel like the trophy is the reward. Now I don't like the low hanging trophies. Like, oh, you walked forward. Like, those are annoying. Those are dumb. I remember that Prince of Persia reboot way back in the day. You get like 10 achievements in the first 5 minutes of playing just from doing the tutorial, and it was like, that's lazy. That's lazy achievements. But it's up to the dev to decide like how that works. Not really Sony or Microsoft or Xbox at that point. Interesting. I wonder what changes they could be considering. I guess we'll find out for the PS6. That's why they would send that survey out right now, because I don't think they'll make meaningful changes right away. But interesting to see nonetheless. All right, Forza Horizon officially launches today, and apparently they've mocked Nintendo's legal stance with Pokemon. Forza Horizon 6 has made a reference to Pokemon while making fun of Nintendo's legal reputation surrounding the franchise. Playground Games' latest title for Forza Horizon 6 finally takes players to one of its longest requested locations, Japan. One of the biggest franchises to come out of the country is Pokemon, so paying homage to it is always a good idea. However, the developers have done so while taking a jab at Nintendo and its frequent legal battles surrounding the franchise. Forza Horizon 6 asks players to snap them all without explicitly mentioning Pokemon. Spotted by that guy on X, Forza Horizon 6 playfully references Pokemon during one of its in-game moments. One of the in-game radio hosts states that whether players are visiting the midnight cityscapes of Japan or exploring its scenic mountain sites, players should snap them all. Right after that statement, the host states, "It's like that Japanese collecting game we're not allowed to name for legal reasons." That's funny. I love it. Forza Horizon, the guys at Playground really have a solid franchise on their hands. I'm hoping they can carry this into Fable, but it's going to be a totally different kind of game. But like, I want that energy in Fable. But that's really funny. It's like that Japanese collecting game we're not allowed to mention for legal reasons. That's hilarious. I thought that'd be funny to mention here. That's great. I'm glad to know that. I can't wait to hear that when I play through the game. I did download it. I resubscribed to Game Pass so I could play some Forza Horizon before. Well, not really early. It's out for everybody except PlayStation. It'll be out on PlayStation, I think, by fall. I think they're going to wait a few months. All right. Well, let's jump over to a different kind of story. A family-friendly Steam game has been replaced by crypto malware before it's been delisted. So family-friendly puzzler Rodent Race was transformed into crypto-stealing malware disguised as an indie game Beyond the Dark. So it's had its Steam listing hijacked by crypto-stealing malware masquerading as an indie horror game. The game has now been delisted from Steam by Valve after a fan investigation. After being asked to investigate indie horror game Beyond the Dark, YouTuber Eric Parker downloaded the free-to-play title on a virtual machine to see if warnings of it being malware were warranted. After an investigation, which can be viewed in full on his YouTube channel, he concludes that it is malicious. A full breakdown of the investigation can be seen on malware analysis site AnyRun. When installed and played, Beyond the Dark appears to steal credentials for any cryptocurrency wallets associated with the user's machine or web browser. As a result, visiting Beyond the Dark Steam page will now reveal that it has been removed from Steam by Valve. App ID 33. Okay, so let's see. It's a PSA. It's malware. How does this get past the Steam certification though? SteamDB shows the app's change list, where we can see the game was previously titled Rodent Race and had all of its information changed in early May. Previously listed publisher Hyper G8 has little to no online footprint. One of the few examples of Rodent Race gameplay, which we found via the Rodent Race X account, is posted on YouTube by the channel Diamond Hands. Searching for the publisher Hyper G8 also reveals an X account dedicated to crypto, but there's no proof that either of those crypto-themed accounts is related to the original publisher. Likewise, there's no proof that the Rodent Race developer was actually hacked. That's weird. Using the Wayback Machine, we can see the original Rodent Race page featured an AI-generated content disclosure stating, "Use KI to generate all game art and logos and manually modified it." The same disclosure remains on Beyond the Dark. Rodent Race only peaked just one concurrent player at launch, according to SteamDB, but rebranding as the free-to-play Beyond the Dark saw that rise to 5 concurrent players. Most suspiciously, the game received a string of positive reviews from May 7th to May 18th, before negative reviews from concerned Steam users took the game's rating down to mixed, at which point Valve removed the game. Valve moved quickly to remove the game, but it does raise concerns about safety on the usually reliable PC platform. Well, it's one thing if whoever made Rodent Race uploaded Beyond the Dark with the malware as an update to Rodent Race, which it sounds like that's what happened. They updated their existing game, but it just was a completely different, binary. But I feel like there should be some checks for that kind of thing. Like the deliverable that gets uploaded to the Steam server, there should be some validation that it's the same game. There should be some kind of manifest or something that it reads from to ensure that the title's the same. The version number jump is like a logical jump and not just something else entirely. Which all of that could be faked. So it makes me wonder what the validation process actually looks like on Steam for an existing game. Because if this is the case, then you could just get credentials to just about any developer Steam store, management page, and just upload anything as an update to a game and completely change it. Now that would be hard to do, but it still should be considered. Like that is a thing that could happen. I don't know. It's weird. All right, let's talk about Forza Horizon again, because I should have ordered my tabs a little better and we're all over the place. Forza Horizon 6 players waste no time finding a money glitch that lets you unlock all the cars and other rewards in mere hours. You barely need to do any driving. So one day removed from the full launch of Forza Horizon 6, and people have already figured out a way to cheese progression. They always do. There's always something. If you don't fancy grinding too much for funds in the racing sequel, there's a way of earning a lot of extra dosh and experience along with it, and it's not too complicated either. There are a couple of ways of getting this Forza Horizon 6 money farm, but they rely on the same fundamental principle. Essentially, you're placing certain cars on tracks designed to provide particularly high amounts of XP points and money, and then putting your vehicle on what amounts to auto drive and just watch those numbers go up and up. YouTuber XMB Wesley demonstrates one way of achieving this. He uses the Impreza 22B STI version 1998 Subaru because it has a number of bonuses that maximize the rewards. Then you put the driving assist to custom and have assisted braking, auto steering, and similar for each option. Once you have those, you can use the code he provides for a custom track that contains a bunch of obstacles that'll rack up your XP, and that's it in a nutshell. Make your car auto driving, put it on a track that has high amounts of rewards, and just do it over and over until you have what you want. This is like those tycoon games in Fortnite that people build. They give you a ton of like recurring XP just for playing, and like all you got to do is go step on a button and it's like, oh yeah, here's like a bajillion XP for a thing. And then Fortnite had to like cap how much XP you could actually give out on some of those maps because people were just farming and forcing you to play for like an hour or longer to get all this XP. That's what it sounds like. That Playground might have to figure something out. Streamer Tyler Sarth Robinson outlines an alternative using the Forza edition of the Toyota Tacoma. Other than that, it's the same as XMB Wesley, just with a different track code, thus slightly different results, but on the same principle. You can't unlock everything through this method because certain tracks and such are tied to specific modes and challenges, but you can use this to buy all the cars, and that's incentive enough. Robinson notes that if you want to make use of this exploit, it's better to try sooner than later because it'll get patched. This renders regular progression almost totally perfunctory, and you can bet developer Playground games will be remedying that. Until then, hit cruise control and relax. That's very funny. That's very funny. It's just like, yeah, user created maps. That's a glitch. And it's not even, I don't know, it's not even a bad glitch. It just kind of ruins progression for everybody. Still funny though. Still funny. All right. It's not a series I've talked about much before, but Kingdom Come Deliverance Studio is making a Lord of the Rings RPG. Quote, it's time to reveal what we're working on. So, a new Kingdom Come adventure, an open world Middle Earth RPG. Sounds cool. I'm here for more Lord of the Rings content. The rumors are true. Kingdom Come Deliverance studio Warhorse really is making a Lord of the Rings role-playing game. More specifically, it's making an open-world Middle-earth RPG. Warhorse announced the project on X this morning. You might have heard the new rumors. It wrote, "It's time to reveal what we're working on." It then confirmed it's developing an open-world Middle-earth RPG as well as a new Kingdom Come adventure. Oh, I thought they were saying it's like a crossover. No, they're making 2 games. So that makes sense. We're excited to tell you more when the time is right. Lord of the Rings game rumor has been swirling since late 2025, and it resurfaced again in March. It's part of parent company Embracer's Middle-earth push, overseen by its newly formed Fellowship Entertainment subsidiary, which a number of Embracer studios were recently reorganized underneath. Perhaps recent revelations Amazon is exploring a Lord of the Rings game experience prompted Warhorse into the formal announcement. Exactly what shape Warhorse's Middle-earth RPG will take, we don't yet know, though we perhaps only have to look at to Kingdom Come Deliverance for a gauge of what to expect: a large, eye-catching simulated open world, an eye for detail and historical realism, and a rousing story. That's assuming Warhorse goes for a similar kind of thing, and I don't know why it wouldn't. As to who will lead the project, that's unclear. The previous Kingdom Come Deliverance games have been helmed by studio co-founder Daniel Vavra, who stepped away from overseeing games in order to direct a Kingdom Come Deliverance movie. Given that he co-owns the studio, however, I expect he'll still very much be involved. It's very interesting. I'm excited to see more. I'm here for more Lord of the Rings content. All right, this story will upset you, and if it doesn't, then you're cold and heartless. 81-year-old Minecraft streamer swatted while raising money for grandson's cancer treatment. Grandma Crackers says she's never had that much attention in her life. This is sad to read, though. Grandma Crackers, an 81-year-old Minecraft streamer raising money for her grandson's cancer treatment, fell victim to a swatting recently, with numerous police cars, SWAT trucks, and officers appearing at her home as she slept. "I was asleep," recounted the streamer in a video posted after the experience, "and these policemen came in the door, and the cop walked me out, and I didn't know what was going on." In a photo from the streamer's Ring doorbell camera, 3 armored police officers can be seen standing around her door. Although swatting, the act of placing a fake 911 call in order to get police to dispatch armed SWAT officers to someone's home is a monumentally nasty and dangerous practice which can result in people getting killed, Grandma Crackers is relatively phlegmatic about her experience. "It was kind of fun." It was, said the streamer. "Grandma just needed something to do. My grandkid and my kid, they were hugging me. You can't get that much attention normally. I was getting all kinds of hugs. I was really eating it up. It was kind of fun." The streamer was briefly detained by officers as the situation was worked out. "I got to ride in a police car to my apartment, so then it was all over. So I thought, well, I got to go to bed. So I took an ibuprofen and went to bed." That's was Grandma's statement. "Well, I took an ibuprofen and went to bed. Granny's a G." Per the recollection of Grandma Cracker's family, the police arrived in full force with 20 police cars, 5 SWAT vehicles, and drones flying over her house. "I've never had that much attention in my life," laughs the streamer. Which is, you have to admit, a very charming and funny response to the situation, but it's worth remembering how easily the whole thing could have resulted in a horrible tragedy, as these things have before. Grandma Crackers continues to stream and is live, though away from her keyboard at the time of writing. That's insane. Shout out to Grandma Crackers, though, being a G. And, shout out to her raising money for her kid, or grandkid. Granny saw it, started blasting. "Call an ambulance, but not for me." Oh, man. That's, who would SWAT a sweet old lady just playing Minecraft on stream? Like, come on, you have to be a real scum of the earth kind of person to SWAT anybody. Like, really, just anybody, but much less a grandma. Like, come on now, use your head. All right, my last article, also from PC Gamer for some reason, Final Fantasy XI online MMO was the first online MMO for Final Fantasy. They expected a sharp player decline once the hype from Final Fantasy XIV launched and there was crossover and welcome back campaigns ended, but that never came. The 24-year-old MMO is trucking along just fine. So Ginger Prime talks about this a lot. People still play FF11 quite a bit, and it's very surprising. But Final Fantasy 11 is a seasoned MMO with gray in its beard at this point, not entirely unheard of in the industry. World of Warcraft itself is over 2 decades old, but absolutely in its veteran years. I mean, this is a game that originally came out on the PlayStation 2 as well as PCs. Still, it's trucking along quite nicely. That's per a Famitsu interview, translated here by Automaton, with Yoji Fujito, the director and producer of Final Fantasy XI. There have been some events that the developer says were expected to give a player bump, such as the crossover raid series of Final Fantasy XIV, echoes of Vana'diel, as well as a welcome back campaign and giveaways. Fujito expected things to even out, but the new player base has, to his surprise, kept steady. Where's more of the article here? Overall, the player count remained stable at a high level, and we never saw the kind of sharp decline we had anticipated. So honestly, the outcome exceeded our expectations and came as a surprise. That doesn't mean the team isn't facing problems, though. For one, FF11 is encountering a similar problem to old school RuneScape, wherein the developer is running out of IDs for in-game areas, requiring large systems architecture changes to accommodate new expansions. The following quote's been machine translated. However, we know we can free up a few more ID slots if we're creative, so we're investigating how we can make that work. If we can make it work, adding a new area will not be impossible. Depending on the results, I have a feeling that some kind of project may start moving forward. The idea of fleshing out FF11 with full-blooded expansions is exciting to me, not because I played the MMO, but because I'm excited about MMO conservation in general. I think these games are important. I always feel a sad kind of melancholy when I see an old titan diminish and go into the West, especially since nobody's really making them anymore. That's true. The time of the MMO has passed. So to see FF11 still thriving without any like major updates that I'm aware of, I'm not an MMO player. I'm very new to Final Fantasy 14. But just to see it still going, I've considered trying to get in it, but it's very complicated apparently to join the game. So I don't know. I don't know what to expect there. But it's kind of cool that it's still trucking along and people are still able to log in and enjoy. People are still paying for it, so Square's happy to keep those servers up. I wonder what their like quarterly revenue is from Final Fantasy 11, and if it justifies them keeping the servers up, or if they're just kind of like, yeah, we can just keep them floating for a while. I also wonder how hard it is to update this code base, because you can only access this game from PC now. Used to, you could play it on PlayStation 2. I think it ran on PS3 if you had a backwards compatible PS3. But with the PC servers being the only ones that are up, I'm wondering what it's like maintaining that code base, if that's complicated for them or not, as old as it is. That's all the stories I have for today, by the way. I did have just kind of some stuff pulled up. I was gonna kind of check the feed real quick and see what was new, what we might have missed. So I'm just gonna do a quick scroll here and see if anything. The bad thing is a lot of these accounts post more than just games. They'll post movie stuff, and so it's like I don't care about movies or TV shows as much. So some of this is like irrelevant too. Let's see. Oh, bum. Nothing really. Not seeing a whole lot. Celebrate 10 years of Uncharted 4 Thief's End with this new Uncharted Legacy of Thieves collection, PS5 Welcome Hub background. Interesting, I guess. I don't know. What is this? My kid will love this. Trading cards. No, she's not big into trading cards. Yeah, I'm not seeing a whole lot that's like worth jumping into too much. Nothing new right now. That's okay. All right. Well, that's all I got then. That's our normal, I guess, runtime for the news show. So appreciate you guys being here. I hope you have a good day ahead of you. If you're on Twitch, thanks for being here. Let's find somebody to raid out to, and then we'll call it a stream. It certainly was something. No, for real, I appreciate you all you guys being here. If you hit the subscribe button on YouTube, thank you so much. If you hit the like button on the video as well, that helps a ton. Very much appreciate it. Let's see. Where are we at? We're trying to find a raid. There we go. Who's live? If only these buttons would click. Let's see. We'll send it over to Harold. He's playing Mario and Luigi Brothership. Might be fun. All right, y'all have a great day, and I will see y'all later. Love you. God bless. And again, have a great week. We'll be live again soon. Bye.